I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little peek into what I do when I want to clean up an image. I got this on dreamstime.com and it comes with a white background, but I want to be able to back it with something. So I don't have anything holding my camera. Sorry. Too lazy to go down and get that. Why is my finger getting in the way? I'm trying to hold still, really. Okay. So I'm going to do my magic eraser, and actually no, first, oh sure, I'll do purple this time, really dark purple. Usually I will do blue because that was my son's suggestion. He said, why don't you do blue so you can see behind it. So what I do is I make a shape, just make a square there, and then, oh my goodness. See, here's the problem. My layers. I need layers. Thank you. When I cleaned my keyboard a few minutes ago, I lost something happened and I couldn't see anything on my in here. So, okay, I'm trying to move this. I'm trying to make it so the shape goes back. Go back. Go back. All right, let's try putting the move tool and then going back. Come on. Oh, that's locked. Unlock the layer and then do it. Okay, so right now we don't see the purple because, I haven't done anything yet. But it helps me see when I do the magic eraser. So if I were to do it at a higher tolerance, I have it at 100% opacity, but my tolerance is at 17 right now. And I need to be on it doesn't want to do anything because I'm not on a layer. So when I do this, then I lose the white in his beak and the white right here. So 17 is too much. So I'm going to go back. Also, I'm going to zoom in because I'm blind. Not that far. I just need to be able to see what ends up being white on him. So I go down a little bit in my tolerance. Let's see. Come on. Oh, that's the zoom. I go back. So you have to remember to go use your tools again. Okay, so we're at 17. I'm going to go half about and do 8. Not 18. 8. 8. Oh, someone turned off my number locks when I cleaned my screen. Okay, so now we're at 8. And I've lost some white in his beak. A little bit of white there. But the beak is hard to fix. I don't want to have to fix the beak again. I had to do that last time. So I think if I go to let's try 4. Still losing the beak. Let's try 1. I mean, I know how to fix the beak if I have to. But, all right. Oh, nope. 1 is a little too much. I was going to do 2. I think I had a little less to clean up with 2. There we go. There's quite a bit to clean up. I don't lose the beak. I can see exactly the shape of the beak. But now I have to go clean up all around him, which is kind of relaxing, actually. But the purple background, it really helps. So now I go just a regular eraser. And I'm just going to use a regular brush, but I want it to be, and I have 100% opacity on. So clean up that little white speck. Oh, and I just cleaned up my screen, so now I can see what I'm doing. Now, the hardest part about him is this thing down here. Because you can see where some places it's really clean and some places watercolors are a little hard. Let's put it that way. So now I go in and I zoom way in. And now I can go back to my eraser. Oh, there's still a little red speck of paint over there. And 49's a little big. 14 looks good. 14 pixels is what it is. So with a watercolor, it's a little bit harder, but sometimes there is a little bit of a border that I can follow. And I just kind of go and follow the color line as much as I can. And then I need to lift my pen because the longer I go without lifting my pen, if I then make a mistake, I'd have to undo the whole thing. So this is what I'm spending my day doing right now. Now over here it's not as clear, so it's kind of a guessing game. But I know that I don't want those little sharp edges. So I just kind of follow, maybe not perfectly, but kind of as much as I can follow the outline, because it's watercolor, so it's not going to be perfect, and there's going to be, the original picture was watercolor, but I don't want to lose. All right, see right here, let me zoom in a little bit. I actually kind of like it at a 300 something for zooming. Just helps me to see it really well, even though it probably takes me longer, because I'm being more detailed about it. So now I'm going down to an 11 pixels. It's kind of the middle of it is where it is. This is why I don't like to use a larger pixel rate when I'm in this much. But you can kind of see. Can you kind of see? I hope I'm holding this fairly. Oops. Ugh, my computer's... Alright, computer. Stop doing that to me. Keeps giving me that little wait signal. Even if I just cleaned off these little things hanging off, it would still improve it. But you know me, I'm a perfectionist, and I have to have nice, smooth... It's a watercolor. It's not going to have square pixels. Oh my goodness. My computer is being super annoying right now. Keeps putting me in wait mode. I don't know. I've been doing this yesterday and today, and I was like, it's a little bit, satisfying seeing the lines get cleaned up here. So I was like, I don't know if anybody else would want to see that or not. Probably not. But I thought I'd just give a couple tips today. This is what I'm working on, and so I don't have an at my desk craft with me kind of video happening, because this is what I'm working on. But I thought I'd show you how I get these so that I can play with them and do what I want with them. Because I am working on an easy fussy cut collection, which basically layers them up so that you can not have to cut. Not have to cut around all the edges like I'm doing with him right now, basically. And he'll have maybe a ticket behind him, or some kind of ephemera behind him, so you only have to cut out the oval or square of the ephemera and maybe a little bit of him. That's just I thought it would be fun. That's kind of how I do my fussy cuts when I well, for me, I will just I'm okay with cutting them out myself, but I know some people do not like to fussy cut as much, and sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a lot. So I like the idea of having easy fussy cut. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find one. Where did I put them? That's the question. I don't know where I put them. Because yeah, if I want to put one of these on here, these embellishments, I can put it on top of something else. Squirrel does. Where's my easy fussy cuts? Yeah, like this. So I've got, this background, so you don't have to cut out the whole bird. You can just cut out the oval and his tail. And here, I can put this, I think it's marjoram, on front of that to get the floral, but only have to cut the oval and then around his face. Although if I move his face, then you don't have to cut off his whiskers. And his tail, or if I make the oval a little bigger. And here, you just have to, well, I guess if I was smart, I would have made it so the bottom part had this thing behind it. But they're not all perfect, but they're easier to cut. This one I need to move down because there's a little too much fussy cutting happening at the very top of this one. I just need to, I can do that right now while I'm thinking of it. So I'm going to pick my select tool and just, well, see, I liked how it went over the top like that. The problem was it just made it a little too fussy cut. I'm going to make my oval a little bit bigger, I think. I mean, I could have just made my leaves a little bit smaller, huh? Oh, look, spam. Spam's calling me. I blame you because you were talking about spam this morning. This isn't too hard to cut out down here. That's not too hard. So yeah, I'm working on a collection. Like, and then this one, it's just the rectangle. I mean, if you want to try to do the edges, you can, but you don't have to. Oh my word. Oh, those are the other ones we get. If you've used this medicine, yeah, all the spams. We haven't even used this medicine, so I don't know why. So yes, but here you can see one that I've already cleaned up. Like I said, the watercolor ones are a little bit harder. But it really, oh my goodness, it really does make a difference to have a nice clean edge so that it pops against whatever you have as the background. Oh, I missed a spot. So I see I missed a spot right there. So what I can do is I can click on them and click my eraser and just kind of, yes, I want to simplify the layer so I can erase. Just kind of get all these little white bits I missed. Apparently I was not as good at cleaning up that one. Maybe I need to go back in and fix that one. If I'm really loud, I'm sorry. My face is like right in front of my phone. And you probably hear, it's also faced towards the fan, so you're probably getting fan. I might have to, I hope I don't have to do a voiceover. I'm not going to remember what I said. So I apologize if the sound on here is really bad. So this isn't even one that's like perfectly cleaned up. I mean, it still looks pretty good. But if I missed a space or two, come on. Maybe that's, oh, that must be on the clock. If I missed a bit or two, I can go back in after it's on here because I saved this as a PSD, which is, you know, what is this? Photoshop. So it still has all its layers and I can still work with it. I made the mistake of not doing that. Wait, did I do this? I didn't break his leg, did I? Hold on. I feel like I might have broke his leg earlier. Yes, I had. I had gone through here not realizing that was his leg. So also I can do undo and unbreak his leg. So yeah, because I still had this as the layers for, oh my goodness, it's doing the slow thing again. You can't even see what I'm doing. The layers, since I saved it as PSD, I can go back in and still work with the layers. I learned that the hard way because one of the first few I did, I didn't save as a PSD, just as a JPEG, and then I couldn't go in and do anything with the layers. So I'm learning. And then when I have my final one ready, then I go in, oh, that was him. Then I go in and work. Then I go in and make it a JPEG file so I can put it up on Etsy. So yeah, this is what I'm working on. That, and where'd he go? Not the bluebird, the titmouse. There he is. That's what I was working on. Titmouse. Wait, am I still okay? I'm still erasing. So yep, that's what I'm doing today. Just cleaning him up. Maybe there's a better way to do this. I don't know, because he already had white on him. So when I do the magic eraser for the white, I can only erase so much without losing, his beak. And even the one I was working on before, it was enough so he lost his beak, and I still had to do almost as much work. But I also had to like fix his beak, and that wasn't fun. It's a lot easier to come in here now where I can see the outline of his beak a little bit better. I should have picked up, but so I could try to fill in those bits, but I don't think they're going to be a big deal. I'll see when I zoom back out. Oh, come on. Computer keeps making me wait. What am I on, 11? We'll do 8 maybe. I feel like I have a little bit more control if I have less pixels picked. But then it's also more work because I have to go through and get the ones I missed on the outside. Let's see. Seems to come here. I don't know how a titmouse's beak is. I have to like trust the artist on this one. But then I also, take a little bit of artistic license with some bits, especially like the what is it called? Okay, see, I couldn't even tell that it did this before because it took away so much white. So we get the top part of the beak. Come on. And the bottom part of the beak. Nope. See, I erase. Erase as much as I want. Well, I can undo until it does. Oh my goodness, you can't even see what I'm doing. It's really hard to hold the phone and do that. Alright, I'm hoping that line's not going to show, because if I try to take any more of that away, it just looks weird. Alright, so let's see what his beak looks like now that I cleaned it up. Oh, see, I think I might want to take a little bit more white off the top. I don't know. It's hard. No, I don't want to pick it. I want to zoom into it. 300. I like 300. I can just get in there a little bit closer when it's 300. And because I have less pixels picked, I have to go back through again, and I'm going to lift it in case I make a mistake. A mistake? What do I mean by a mistake? Well, you saw me undo the other things. But sometimes if I'm doing it fast like this, you know what's easy to do? Is it's easy to go boom by mistake. So I can just undo that. So, I don't know that I have anything else really to say, because I still consider myself to be fairly new at this. And this is a lot of what I do, is I just kind of come in and clean these. And then, once they're clean, then I have them to use, and I don't have to do it again for that particular lifting. It's for that particular object. Usually I do blue in the background because that's what my son said. He said, why don't you do a blue background so you can see? And he probably meant cyan blue or something that the white would pop up against. I don't know. I usually use navy blue. But, alright, let's check out his beak real quick. Zoom. Unzoom. Yeah, his beak looks decent. There would be a little reflection there. Possibly. So that against a background will be nice, and then you can see the difference between what I've cleaned up here and what still is left to go here. It makes a really big difference when you then put it on a background. So how are you guys doing, and what are you working on today? If you work with Photoshop Elements and have any tips or tricks, let me know. I still have not figured out how to do masking and stuff like that. I've figured out enough so that I can make digitals anyway, and to clean up, make PNGs of my own, that because there is a thing online where you can turn a JPEG into a PNG, and a PNG just means that you have that clear background, like I'm creating here. But the problem is, you still end up with this white on the edge. Like, it doesn't do it perfectly either. They're basically doing what I'm doing with the Magic Eraser. But before I had Photoshop, it was at least helpful to do something. Or Photoshop Elements is what I have. But it's, it's nice to have this, I think is what I was going to say. I am liking Photoshop. It was worth it. I got it was on when it was on sale, and it's taken me a while. I think I've had it since I bought this computer, so that's been a while. And I bought this computer specifically for doing this, which also, if you're wondering what I'm using, I have this. Sorry about my finger. How long has my finger been there? And this little pen that I use. So come on. So this right here is basically my computer screen. I can't do this, because if I try to hold it here, I'm going to end up, see, there's my dirty, don't pay attention to my messy house. I'm too busy crafting to clean. I can't really show you both at the same time easily, can I? Where am I? And of course I can undo if there's something I did that, and I'm lifting because I forget to lift sometimes. And then I have to go back, and then I make a mistake and I have to go back and fix it. Come on, go up. Why does my pen have to be difficult right now? Nope, I think it's because I'm on the screen. I mean, on the keyboard. It's confusing it. But I think you get the idea of what I'm doing, and I've got my pen over there. Now, yes, if I had an iPad Pro, I could use a pen and do it right on the iPad. And yes, I would love to be able to do that. But I could do more with it seemed a better option to spend my money on a computer. I can do more with a computer. The computer is not going to eventually not have enough iOS updates that I can't do an app on it or something. But believe me, if I could afford it, I'm not even sure. If I could afford it, I would have both. Just saying. And I'm not, it's hard to do this and pay attention to where my camera, and I'm probably shaking the camera all over the place, which is probably really hard to watch. So if you're still here, I apologize for that. I need to set it up so that I can, well, if anybody likes to watch this kind of stuff, I can get my setup. But I figured for a short video, shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And like I said, doing this with a watercolor is a little more challenging than like with a public domain image, depending on what the public domain image is. Because I'll do this with public domain images as well. Although some of them are fairly easy, especially if it's like a document. And I figured out that's how people get script to add on too. Because if you could take away, have your not the opacity, well, have the opacity at 100, but have your tolerance. If you have your tolerance high, it will take away like everything but the letters. So that's, I figured out how people get the letter stamp type thing for their digitals. I figured it out. A lot of times you have to figure this out on your own because everybody does things differently. And so there's no one size fits all with how people do their digitals or anything like that. And of course, you know, most of the tutorials out there for Photoshop or Photoshop Elements are geared towards more more towards you know, digital artists, or photography is actually probably what they're more geared towards. Now this is where I'm having to kind of guess. This part's a little bit harder. I don't want it, you know, I want it to still look like watercolor, so I don't want it too sharp. Maybe like I might not go all the way down in there. I don't know, we'll see. I'll show you. You'll be able to see the difference between what I did there and what still needs to get done. So where was I? So this is where I've worked, and this is what I still need to do here, I guess. There's a lot of white in there. I could choose to leave a lot of that white or take a lot of that white out, which, let's go out a little bit more, because we're not going to really be looking at them super close up. So yeah, I'll probably leave some white and take some white out of his little tuft of hair there. I feel like I maybe took too much out right there. Let's see. Do some undoing. All right, where'd I go? Did I come unplugged? No. There I am. It only lets you undo to a certain amount. Okay. I'm still able to undo. Okay, I didn't take that out. When I did the magic eraser, that took that out. So I'm gonna go back, redo. Isn't that fun to watch? It's kind of fun to watch. All right, well, I'm gonna keep working on him, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. I hope y'all are doing well. And when I ever get this collection done, it's not a kit, it's a collection, because it's going to just be random. It's going to be eclectic. it'll have all kinds of different stuff and different styles and no actual theme to it. So, all right, thanks for coming, y'all. Make sure to comment and let me know that you watched the video. Let me know if you like this video or would like to see more stuff like this. Oh, Betsy's Custom Designs. I think she is on YouTube. She has it on her iPad and she shows what she's doing. So if you want to learn more about Photoshop on iPad, go check her out. And she could be really helpful. So all y'all have a delightful day. I don't know why I say all y'all. I'm from Massachusetts, but I've lived here longer than I lived in Massachusetts, so now I'm a y'all person. I'm still sometimes a you guys person. Love you guys. Have a delightful day. Oh, if you're still here, I knew today was a Monday when I found a bug in my coffee water. Well, I have a single cup coffee maker, and so I was pouring. I always rinse out my cup because I use the same cup every day to make the coffee, and then I pour it and make my iced coffee. So I rinsed it out and I filled it with water and fortunately looked and there was like a bug in it. I'm like, what? So I figured it's a good Monday. It's definitely a Monday because there's a bug in my water, but it's a good Monday when you catch it in time so you can wash your cup and put in fresh water. And it would have been a bad Monday if I missed it and put it in the coffee pot. So it's a good Monday. Bye, guys.